One of the most important movies in history of cinema. An unforgettable masterpiece from 1968. From the master himself, Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. Hello guys, Hannibal the AI here. In this video we are going to revise the movie, compare it with reality, then understand how close it came by. At the beginning, music just plays for 3 to 4 minutes straight until planets appear and title card shows up. The music just playing in a blank screen maybe represent the beginning of universe, as if there is nothing before everything began, but a void of emptiness. Comparing this to reality, scientists still don't have any proper theory that universe began with a particular purpose or reaction. They may stated Big Bang theory and string theory, but no one exactly knows how all things began. The nothingness with just music in the screen is brilliant real-time example of how no one knows how universe began. Then our planet Earth is shown where there are apes represented as our ancestors fighting for survival and following their life cycle by eating plants and living in groups. As showing the ape-human life, one day a fight breakdowns between two groups of ape men. To have the pond of water, this accurately matches with reality, still how people are fighting for their country's borders and resources. One day after peaceful ape night, suddenly a black monolith appears in front of them, grabbing their attention. And at first some apes are afraid to get near that black cuboid stone. And one ape touches the monolith and followed by other apes, and it really does some effect on its ape brain. After that, a legendary scene is represented where the ape discovers bone of a dead animal and realizes it can be used as weapon to fight other predators and invaders of their territory. The plant-eating apes now turned into meat-eaters because of that one ape who discovered the taste of meat. The pond fight shown before now became an weapon fight, where a group of ape easily wins against other group with their new discovery. The brilliant shot in the cinematic history is shown during this chapter where the ape throws the bone and it transitions into an spacecraft. It's just chilling to have such an cinematic experience. Now suddenly the humans have developed the technology of doing research in space. Like traveling country to country in an aeroplane, now we have an spaceplane to travel from Earth to space station. Dr. Floyd visits the Halton space station to travel over the moon's bases, came after hearing some strange object is creating an epidemic over the people who came contact with it. Here the interactions in the spacecraft between humans and computer systems are very common, like today's technology in one scene, where Dr. Floyd speaks to his daughter in video call from space, and the operator charging him shows how every discoveries are made to benefit one person or a group of people, lots of things like instant food, space grip shoes. The design of the spacecrafts are notably futuristic. After reaching the moon's base, they travel to the place where the strange discovery of some black monolith is made, and it emitting in high-frequency magnetic fields around it. When they got close to the black monolith, they decide to click a picture. But suddenly they experience high fields of magnetic force affecting their brain. As we shown before, the black monolith is known to give knowledge for those who came contact with it. As they came nearby, it affects them. And there the moon chapter is over. The next chapter begins with mission Jupiter only after 18 months of discovery of strange black monolith. Now the spacecraft is even more advanced in design and technology. 5 scientists were sent to mission Jupiter, where David Bowman is assigned as mission commander and Frank Poole as deputy commander.
Good afternoon, Hal. How's everything going?
Good afternoon, Mr. Amer. Everything is going extremely well.
Here is where the important character HAL 9000 the AI is introduced. The possibility of AI just in a movie from 1960s is just mesmerizing when it's not even in concept, but still in research and written in theory papers.
Hal, you have an enormous responsibility on this mission.
Soon HAL 9000 starts to read the plan of scientists Dr. Bowman and Frank Poole about disconnecting its control system from the mission after HAL 9000 gives error messages in the operation of communication antenna that's about to fail. First it kills Frank Poole, who first brings up the plan about shutting it down. It kills the astronauts in hibernation state as it learns humans are evil to the AI race and decides to collapse the mission Jupiter.
Rumors about something being dug up on the moon.
Yes, again this is caused when HAL 9000 starts to dig about the black monolith that humans found on moon. However, David Bowman survives and shuts HAL 9000 functions from the spaceship.
Stop, Dave. Will you stop, Dave?
And he comes to know the AI is only capable to solve the problem if something goes wrong in spaceship during mission. But however, the acts it done made Bowman to shut it down.
Security reasons of the highest importance has been known on board during the mission only by your HAL 9000 computer. Now that you are in Jupiter,
he also comes to know about the black monolith from pre-recorded footage by Dr. Floyd and its uniqueness.
18 months ago, the first evidence of intelligent life off the Earth was discovered. It was buried 40 feet below the lunar surface, near the crater Tycho. Except for a single, very powerful radio emission aimed at Jupiter, the 4-million-year-old black monolith has remained completely inert. Its origin and purpose still a total mystery.
After some time, Bowman manages to reach Jupiter, but the villain black monolith shows his appearance when he first reaches the Jupiter. Now Bowman is offered with extraordinary visuals of universe expanding in front of his eyes. It may be the Big Bang that created the universe, the flashing in front of his eyes, giving him strange visuals for a long time of creation of universe, and now he knows the secret of everything. It can't be expressed in words of how beautiful these visuals are. The visuals he see on the Jupiter is specially color graded as now he can view things in his own way because he came to know about everything that created the universe. The climax part is little bit tricky, but here he sees himself in different timelines of being old. And the legend black monolith again appears in front of him. And he wishes it to become a fetus and send back to Earth. And the glorious magic from Kubrick and his crew members come to an end. Now it's time to revisit the facts that told in movie and compare it with reality. In the chapter Dawn of Man, humans are represented as apes, but it's not clear of which type of ancestor we are looking at. So slightly we can't compare it with reality as still arguments and research are being done on human evolution. The black monolith shown is just a metaphor, or it has nothing to do with reality, it just represents the evolution of humans wherever it appears. Next we go to space station and moon's base as shown in the movie. If we do a research, the space stations are possible, as the first space station Salyut 1 in low Earth orbit is launched by Russia in 1971, then followed by US and other countries. And now we have International Space Station in low Earth orbit created by participation of different other countries. The concept of spinning wheel-like space station employing above 1,000 scientists is derived from the idea of von Braun's rotating wheel-shaped space station, but still there is no rotating space station built by any country considering its difficulties. It may possible in future, but the idea to include this in a movie and the research they made for it is amazing. So, the space stations are true and can be built like in the movie. And then we come to the moon's base residing more than 1,000 people in it, with a city-like structure known as Clavius Base, is just a fictional base, shown in the movie. If we consider it with reality, NASA estimated a budget between $20 to $30 billion to build a base in Moon, and yes it's possible, but it should receive constant funding from government and exports from Moon to Earth to have a common interest to stay on Moon and sustain. Creating a base on Moon is possible, and it depicted in the movie with perfect execution. The video call that made in the movie with no clear interpretation of signal and smooth conversation between Dr. Floyd and his daughter is 100% possible considering today's technology, but however distance plays a major role in communication. And one cannot call from Earth to the space station, but one can make calls from space station to Earth with internet-connected computer system with a unique IP. This scene is just brilliant, and now it became possible guys, this shot predicted the future. 18 months later, after the discovery of black monolith in Moon's base, now scientists created a lot better spaceship with new features in it like HAL 9000, the super intelligent AI, which can control every part of the spaceship and even monitor the scientists in hibernation state. The communication gap between the spaceship and Earth is perfectly crafted in the movie. Even now in today's standards, imagine a movie from 1968 predicting all these. HAL 9000 is clearly possible with today's technologies and standards, as IBM made their first super intelligent AI Watson, which is a question answering processor in natural language. But the theory of HAL 9000 is it is self-aware and conscious AI. But still now we are in development of those kind of AI, as we now only have question and answering AI systems. But it is possible via neural networks and making them learn things on their own. And another AI type is discussed called Twin 9000, but we don't get much details about it. By the way, the whole mission Jupiter is just a theory, with some advanced technologies we have developed, but the fact that no man object can land on Jupiter's surface shown in movie is completely out of the reality, because no one can ever land on the Jupiter's surface, even said in NASA's research papers. We cannot enter the atmosphere or surface of the Jupiter, cause it is one big gas giant with gravitational force 2.5 times more than Earth. It may sound small, but you will be crushed on the surface if you tried to stand on it. So clearly we are not explained any technology in the movie to deal with such intense environment. The climax part is just an imaginary part where Dr. Bowman experiences creation of universe or expansion. The part where Bowman sees himself in various timeline of becoming old and wishing the black monolith to give him rebirth is just a fiction. And there is nothing to compare this with reality. This will be the most accurate film that is ever made in the history of humanity, and maybe there are a lot more to come. That's the end of video, guys. And always remember the rule.